Joshua, this episode of the Committee Nons is sponsored by Manscaped and the
Let's
Lawnmower
go.
4.0.
Oh, I've been waiting for this whole time.
Yeah, and to be completely honest, we're still waiting.
Yeah.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hello, friends, and hello, foes, and welcome to the Comedian Ons. It's Buckers who tried to start. We were 13 years old, but here we are, 9 years later, giving it a red hot go.
Let's go with 9.
Joined with me today is the man who, A, corrected me and then corrected himself about that, but is also the master of lentil pasta. It's Jono.
I tell you what, the lentil gets a really bad rap.
I love a good lentil.
Don't you reckon people
I love
go,
a good
ooh,
lentil.
lentils? What's wrong with lentils?
Yeah,
We're
I know.
having some technical audio difficulties. Yeah,
a little bit.
I'm going to boost
That'd
it.
be great. Thank you.
There we go.
Oh,
Just
that's nice.
Always do. Is that better? Always
that's
do
nice,
your headphone audio adjustments live on air.
Yeah, you know what happened was I went to go do this, and I knew you were looking at me like you thought you said something wrong. That was not the case. I just made a mistake. I was readjusting my headphones.
See, even professionals who are sponsored, not sponsored by Manscaped,
Sponsored, not sponsored
get
by
thrown
Manscaped.
off every now and then. But ladies and gentlemen, if you were one of the people that thought we went on for too long in the intro, bad news for you. We've extended the intro.
Yeah,
bit.
so now you can hear
we
this
can
background.
ramble for.
Oh, yeah.
We can ramble for as long as we want.
Yeah, jokes on all of you. You're gonna be like, oh, they speak too long. Just get to the cool segments.
And then
No.
you're like, hang on a minute,
No.
did they just add in extra sections of the intro song? Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. Yes,
an
if
absolute
you feel like
banger.
it's just if it just randomly repeats itself, then that would be why.
Then that would be why. If you hear like a really awkward jump,
Yeah.
it's because
It's 'cause-
that I'm not an audio editor.
Yeah,
No,
well,
I actually think it sounds very good, but
I think it's pretty good.
we've got
so
an
far.
absolute banger of a show. I'm excited for this.
I think
'Cause
it's gonna be great.
We're
We've got
getting
some
straight
great
into
segments.
some segment. We're
Some classic
What do you
segments.
call it? They're not called returning segments.
Returning segments.
We're returning segment heavy.
Well,
so I should kick it
right
off.
at the top. We've got
Yeah.
reviewing you the game. It's
The
a
new-
review game.
The new and
The one
improved
I
version
debuted
of
it earlier this
reviewing me.
season.
Yep.
What
And I
about you?
didn't understand the rules until we're at the
I've
end.
changed the rules a bit. I made
Okay,
it very
cool.
clear.
Then we're going into probably my favorite, and I don't know why, but Fun's Up and Fun's Down.
We haven't had it for a while. I
And-
forgot about it.
Can I tell you why that we're doing Fun's Up and Fun's Down? It's a special edition because, ladies and gentlemen, episode 20.
Episode 20.
Thank
Can I
you
say,
very
we've got
much.
time to talk about
We
this.
do
and
have
we mentioned
time.
this the other day.
Yeah.
One of the first things we talked about in one of the first ever episodes is the fact it takes about 20 hours to get good at something. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that must mean we're getting better at it.
That's right, because
now.
everyone says, 10,000 hours. That's the
10,000
I mean,
hours,
it's,
yeah.
it's probably complete, just, rubbish, but 10,000 hours to be a master, but it takes 20 hours to be good enough at something that
It's true.
you have the basics and you get it down. So we've done roughly 20 hours of record time, probably a little
Yeah.
bit more. So we should be way better at this than we are. So we're celebrating the number 20 with an episode of Fun's Up or Fun's Down.
We've got an episode of Fun's Up, Fun's Down, followed shortly by. Look, it's just a bit of a story. I think you're going to be able to contribute to it too. Just about
I
our
love a bit of a
prolonged
story.
experiences with Melbourne's unsung hero.
Yeah, okay. I saw this on the whiteboard and I like where this is going. And then we're ending the day with, I like to bring a good story to the podcast, and so do you.
You do?
The podcast, the segment.
I haven't heard
before
any
is
good
about
ones yet.
stories. Yeah, well, we're getting there. And this perhaps ties into that little hurtful comment that you just
Oh,
made.
I'm sorry.
A lot of the stories are not even good enough to go to air. They're too short.
true.
There's not enough. So we're doing a speed run of all the stories that I want to bring to air, but just aren't fully formed. So we're going to smash through
Okay.
some of them.
That sounds nice. Are we going to have any music under it or something?
Look, that's actually not a bad idea. As much as I want to just stand here and jam out for the next 2 minutes and 14 seconds,
I don't know. Maybe we just we stick it to the people that hate how long
Should-
these intros go for.
should we just stop
Or
talking
talk
and
for
let the
2
audience jam?
minutes?
Here, everybody, just enjoy this music just for a little bit, all right? That was smooth as.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that was so smooth.
He started talking when the mic's off.
Yeah, maybe my no edit policy is
No edit policy. Usually we take a break in between these. I think we should just go straight on. I think
why not?
That, 20 hours.
Why not?
You know what they say about 20 hours getting better?
Because I had a plan, and then you started counting, and I'm like, you know what? That's a better plan.
Yeah, I know.
But I
just decided.
I had 2 seconds to figure out how to do it, and it wasn't enough.
It's okay.
But
okay. I should have started from 5 instead of 3.
Instead of 3.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit! And then on 1, I started. Okay, so I've got to turn that one down.
So yeah, if you heard a bit of drums in the middle of that absolute banger of a music break for a sec there.
Anyway, should we get into it?
I think it's time.
Reviewing me, reviewing you.
The game.
There is nothing we can't review. Reviewing me, reviewing you.
The game.
We just have to face it. It's true. Oh, let's review.
That's right. It's everyone's favorite game.
It's definitely my favorite game.
It's the first game we played at the first episode of this season 2 of the Comedian.
That's true.
And now we're bringing back season 5.
Season 2, let's just say episode 20. Let's count them in total.
Right, we'll go with that. That's probably easier. Episode 20 of the entire podcast, but
That's right.
only episode 5.
4 or 5.
4 or 5. Anyway, what I'm trying to make is, last time you had a bit of confusion with the rules. We had
That's
issues.
not fault of yours. That's
Not
because
fault of
I'm
mine,
thick
but I've
as a brick.
decided to concise it down. Last time,
I appreciate
do you
that.
want to just describe what the game basically is?
So it's Google Maps reviews of certain locations, and I get 3 reviews, different reviews, and I have to guess what they were.
Right. So what we've done here is I made it slightly more difficult, but we're going to make it speed round.
Okay.
Got
okay.
3 reviews. All of them are
Right.
1-star reviews.
Oh, this is fantastic.
That's one per place.
Yep.
One per place.
Yep.
So I'll give you the review. I'll read out the review.
Yep.
And then we can talk about it and guess the place, and we'll do that for 3 of them.
Yep.
Okay.
So just one, not 3 per.
No, it's just one.
Just one.
One
Okay.
review per place.
Okay. Cool. And it's
Okay.
a 1-star review.
The 1-star review. All of these are 1-star reviews because
Okay,
they're always
cool.
the funniest. Here we go. This is the first one.
All right.
Small-minded bureaucrats who love exercise their tiny bit of power. It surely must be the most meaningless existence. The sooner these people are automated out of existence, the better.
Was that the word police I caught in there? Or was that please?
Please.
Please.
Wait, what?
Bureaucratic existence.
Oh, let me read. I'll read it.
All
one more
right.
time
All
for
right.
you.
Yep.
Small-minded bureaucrats who love exercise. It's bad grammar. Who
Yeah.
love exercise their tiny bit of
Okay.
power. It surely must be the most meaningless existence. The sooner these people are automated out of existence, the better.
I'm going to say it's Vic Roads.
That's a good guess.
Oh.
It's like the DV. What do you call it?
The DMV.
The DMV.
Yeah.
It's actually the head office of the posts.
That makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. I'd put those 2 categories of people on par with each other.
You would.
Yeah.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, number 2.
Okay, number 2.
How did you feel about that when you had it?
I was bloody close. I was
Alright.
bloody close with that one.
That was a good guess.
Yeah.
This isn't the next one.
All right.
This is from Helga Wiggins.
Oh, Helga, mate. When Helga gets on
When
the
Helga
reviews,
gets on
you know shit's going down.
I'm shocked that this place has over 4 stars. This is legitimately the worst attraction in Melbourne.
The worst.
And everyone I know shares this view.
Everyone.
I came here 18 years ago and the place has not been updated.
Wow.
Appalling. Filthy. From the cafe to the toilets, feels like I'm in a third world country. How are you guys not ashamed of yourselves to have something like this open to the public? Save your money now and take your children somewhere else.
Oh my God. Okay.
Brutal review.
This
A
is
brutal
crazy.
review.
It's something that's got a cafe in it. So
Correct.
we know it's a larger sort of establishment.
Probably somewhere where you could take your kids to.
Take your kids. So I was thinking like shopping center or
Right,
something,
okay.
but I think I'm going to lock in some kind of like children's entertainment center.
Can I give you? Can I specify?
You can specify.
I'm going to specify because I think children's entertainment could be a lot of different things.
Yep.
This is an attraction specific to like a city. Any city may have one of these.
Is it a museum?
Is that your final guess?
That's my final guess.
You are wrong. It was the aquarium.
Oh,
we've had
damn.
experience with this
What?
as well.
I'm getting the right
Yeah.
category. Yeah.
I think next time we're workshopping.
We're working through the
This is a
different
good game,
iterations.
though. I like this game. This is number 3.
Yep. Okay.
Number 3.
How
final
many are
one.
there?
This is the final one.
Okay.
This is the final one. We're constricting this to Melbourne City. Just
Yep.
in the city is
Yep.
the area where
the
we're looking
central
for.
busyness district.
Correct.
Yep. Do you know I still, when I'm writing business, I write busyness. Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Necessary.
Yeah, I forget the C in that one.
Do you know a shirt has one collar and 2 sleeves? So 1 C and 2 S's.
Oh,
That was a game changer for me. That was
classic.
Yeah.
Here we go. The unsolicited screen and oral advertising is an assault. One can choose to turn away from the screen, but sound is a sense we cannot. We can only
Okay.
muffle
Can I jump in?
effectively.
I think I already know what it is. Is
What
it
is-
Melbourne Central train station?
It's Melbourne. He's absolutely got it.
Oh
I
my
didn't even
God.
finish the rest of it. Let me finish.
Oh my God! No, I have to explain why I got that though.
Yeah, go
It's
ahead.
Just, you're at Melbourne Central train station, and then suddenly, Ruby, an ad would just start out of nowhere and just
Yep.
startle you. Oh no way!
This American zoo's got this happening, and it's just
God.
it's like
so
some
loud.
dumb
It's
Snapchat.
so
news.
loud. Oh my God!
Okay, this is the full comment. You were correct. You want to give us another buzz of that ding? Nice. Look
It's a
at
good.
that.
It's a good ding. Yep.
Here we go. The unsolicited screen and oral advertising is an assault. One can choose to turn away from a screen, but sound is a sense we can only muffle effectively with competing sound or earbuds. The woman's toilet doors often know where to be in them whilst the door is opening or closing.
That's true. I mean, I
Forcing
wouldn't
one
know.
to snuggle the inevitably urine-wet cold metal seat. If the doors swung outwards, this problem could be averted. Larger people will have no ability to enter the stall. This is size discrimination by design. Fail.
You know what? Those Melbourne Central toilets are the grimmest thing
I was
I've
going to
ever
say, the
seen in
new
my
one's
life.
not that bad, though.
Oh, they're talking about the ones in the platform.
Oh, true.
Once you go through the Mikey machines.
They are some...
The ones in the food court are nice.
The ones just outside. This is real. This is like
This
so
is a review of the
specific to
train
Melbourne.
station. Oh, I
Yeah,
do love a
100%.
good Melbourne train station review. You know what? I may have got the first 2 wrong, but I came in on half a question and got that one right. So,
I think that's an overall win. Mate.
yeah,
That's a good one.
I absolutely think so. What is more exciting than discussing a number?
I love numbers.
I love numbers.
I'm not actually. I'm going to be honest. I hate numbers.
What's our only rule that we have on the podcast?
No maths.
No maths.
I hate
That's
math.
the only
I
rule.
hate maths.
So to celebrate episode 20, I thought we'd do a special edition of Funds Up or Funds Down about the number 20.
And I'm so darn glad we do the segment again, 'cause the last time we did it made a whole lot of sense. And I'm so glad I know more fun facts than I knew then. Gonna keep on asking, is this fact funds up or down?
That's right, Joshua. We'll find out if these facts are funds up or funds down.
I love this segment
It's
so
an
much.
absolute banger. We just take the driest possible things from the driest possible websites and we just have fun with it.
Where are we looking at? Where are the facts coming from today, Jono?
The fact site.
Oh, well, we know.
Because
We know these are gonna be
where
good.
else would they come from? All right. So, Joshua, there's 20 fun facts about the
20
number
fun
20.
facts.
So, we're going to zing through these.
Zing through one.
There are
Up,
some,
down.
I've not looked at them. I can tell from the 3 that I'm looking at the moment, there are some stinkers already. So,
All right, okay.
I'm ready to go. And
These
we'll,
are just fun facts about the number 20.
the number 20. So, the first fun fact is that the number 20 is sometimes called a score, particularly in English literature. What's
Yeah.
your review?
No.
I agree.
No, down.
The atomic number of the chemical element calcium is 20.
That's not fun.
I don't think that's because no one cares about the atomic number.
No one's going to tell.
No.
I could count that.
Could you
high.
tell me what an atomic number is?
Yeah, I know. It's when you count. If you go 1 to 20 over the periodic
Yeah.
table, hydrogen,
You'll get to
helium,
20.
lithium, beryllium, boron,
Boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluoride, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus. That's not what I don't think that's what an atomic number is.
I know it ends with argon, and then it's potassium, calcium. But yeah,
So that'd be past 20. So
no, 20 is calcium.
20 is calcium.
Potassium, then calcium. I think.
I don't
Yeah.
agree. I don't like it. I
Not
think
fun.
it's no good.
No.
Now this next one, it's a straight call out of us.
Oh, okay.
If someone has 20/20 vision, it means they have perfect eyesight. Now, I think, you can just get out of this question. I don't agree.
We both
I don't
have
agree.
glasses.
We both have glasses.
So inherently,
But
not
do you actually
2020.
know what 2020 vision means? Because you know
No.
what, there's a little bit of extra, and I think this might be the turning point for this question.
Sure.
Can I
was
just
gonna
point
say,
out there's a
though-
big leaf in between our faces right now? Anyway, sorry for interrupting. What were you going to say?
No, it's fine. Go on.
All right, I've never really known what 2020 is. The idea behind this is that you can read a specific set of letters in a chart at a distance of 20 feet, then your vision couldn't get any better.
I was just about to say, do you think that we both know, between the two of us,
Yep.
could you tell me what your actual numbers are? Are you
No,
like,
because I have 3 different eye problems, so it doesn't equate
right,
to
yeah.
just short-sighted to.
what's the point of saying 2020?
thing.
Am I right? Fuck.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, I've got a couple
but
as well.
you know what? I actually like that
Yeah,
because
give
it's
it a thumbs
if you
up.
could see it from
Thumbs up.
20 feet away. There we go. All right. If you're only good at seeing what happens only after it's happened, you're said to have 20/20 hindsight.
That's like
No.
that's building up the second one.
That's
I don't
building
like
up for a second. That's lazy.
That's lazy.
That's the editor
Lazy.
of Fun
Sounds
Fact
like, oh, mate,
World
I
or
got a
whatever.
great
It's
idea.
woo, 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 woo. 2020 is something different altogether. Well, can I just say, I'm not even going to finish this one. Get rid of the 2021.
Where's the?
All right.
When was this? When was this posted? Because this was definitely not in 2020.
2018, I think it was.
'cause I was
no,
about to say-
2020. No, it was posted in
Okay,
2020.
I was going to say, is there
Yeah.
one that's just like 2020?
Probably.
This year was the year that everyone got sad.
Oh my god. Maybe there would be.
There was a pandemic.
Did you know that the age of majority, which is the age one legally becomes an adult, used to be 20 in Japan? Did you know that?
I had no idea.
Now in 2018, it's now 18. Wow.
I think that's actually. I was going to say that's kind of fun.
Okay.
I'll give it an up.
You know what? I was just on the horse of being a negative
Yeah,
Nelly.
don't be a
Okay.
negative Nelly.
I apologize. It is interesting because there's 21 in America, which I always think is a strange one to land
21's
on.
a weird number.
18
20 is a nice
18
round
is
number.
stupid. I'm sorry.
18 is
You're
weird.
a nobody when
I
you're 18.
didn't know what the fuck I was doing in 18.
You know what you're doing now?
What am I doing? I don't know.
All right. Prepare for an absolute shocker of a fact.
Oh.
That wasn't me, by the way. That was the
Oh,
website.
okay.
In the game 20 Questions,
I don't know if that's actually a game, guys.
there are, in fact,
20
questions.
Put the.
No, get off my soundboard. Josh is playing the Elton John theme song.
Don't have much.
No.
I was trying to spam that
Oh.
negative button and I accidentally pressed the quiz.
All
icon.
right, we've got 10 more. You ready for a speed round?
10 more. Okay, go.
Have you ever picked up a Rubik's Cube and struggled at it for hours on end? It turns out a Rubik's Cube can be solved in less than 20 moves.
Oh,
I like
okay.
that.
I
That's
like
a
that
good one. In 16th century, a Hungarian king called Matthias Corvinus declared that 1 in every 20 households was required to furnish his army with a fully armed soldier and a horse. The Hungarian word for 20 is huz, and these soldiers on horseback became known as hussars.
Yeah, I think that's very fun.
That's
up.
probably the most fun
That's
one.
the most
that there
interesting
is.
one. Other the fucking 2020 20 questions.
Did you know the 20 questions? 20? Do you know the year 2020 says 20 twice? Wow.
Whoa.
That was pretty fun. That was
Did
better
you know
than some
we're
of these
doing a
facts.
podcast?
Oh,
I had no idea.
No way.
I know.
There are a total of 20 different possible moves that you can legally play at the beginning of a game of chess.
That makes sense. That's fun.
I like that. I like that a lot. In Australian rules football, you can tell this site is not Australian.
Aussie rules.
In footy, a game is made up of 4 20-minute quarters. That's the
Can I
length
say,
of
and
a game.
that's categorically wrong. Now they
Is it?
changed it.
Did they? What is it
Yeah,
now?
they changed it. I don't know, but I've seen quarters going for like 25 minutes, 20 minutes.
There is stoppage.
There's stoppage time and there's all that stuff.
There's just fun time.
It's not.
There's
doesn't
tea
count.
party time where
Tea party
if
time.
things are getting a little bit hot under the collar.
they take out a little-
They have a glass of tea,
Yeah,
peppermint tea, and
And
it
a
makes
bicky.
them feeling good. In US college basketball, it is governed by a few different organizations under, I don't care. Ice hockey rules, on the other hand, stipulate 3 20-minute thirds.
Yeah, I like that one.
I don't know why the button's not working.
It said hockey in it. I was excited.
I do like hockey. All right, ready for the final four?
Oh, I'm
a
ready.
20th wedding anniversary is referred to as a China anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. I'll give it an up.
Let's do both at the same time.
Yeah,
It's like a thumbs in the middle.
I didn't understand that one. Can you
No.
read it again?
A 20th wedding anniversary is referred to as a China anniversary. So,
Okay.
every anniversary has a thing that you give. And
Oh, okay.
you give
So you must
if it's
give
your
China.
parents, you give them something every year
That's
when they get to
dumb.
the
I
wedding anniversary.
Don't like that.
And China is 20.
I was about to be like, how do you give the country China to someone?
It's difficult, but I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Yeah,
A
probably.
shape with 20 sides or faces is called an icosahedron. That's
Okay.
very
Yeah,
fun.
give it a thumbs
That's
up right
very
there.
fun.
That's nice.
The UK's 20-pound banknote has a picture of Adam Smith on it. Do you know who Adam Smith is?
No, I have no
I
idea.
do. He's a famous philosopher, economist, and writer. On February the 2020, the paper 20-pound note was replaced by a polymer note. Wow.
Okay.
Wow, very exciting. Okay, in the far south of the district of Lincolnshire, UK, lies the hamlet of 20. I couldn't give a shit. And final question, ladies and gentlemen. The Wikipedia page for a complete and utterly insignificant hamlet called 20 in Lincolnshire is longer than the entire Wikipedia for the number 20. They were really running out of things.
Surely there's more funner things to talk about that involve the number 20.
When it comes to the age 20, it's quite strange. While some cultures consider you an adult and allow you freedom, others don't until you turn 21. 20 is an interesting number in terms of many things.
No, it isn't.
Not just age. One of the more fascinating points is how we used it as a base for counting. Now, I don't agree with
I thought
that.
they were going to say, as we use it for a base of this quiz
Of this
itself,
quiz.
of this fun facts.
I don't think we do use 20 as a base for counting. I think we use 1.
We use 20. It can be a base for counting.
It can be about, no, I don't go 20, 40.
No, no.
Is that what they mean?
No, that's not what they mean.
What do they mean?
It's a very complicated thing that
And you know what
And
our
you know-
one rule of the podcast is?
no maths, motherfucker. Mate, I mean, I've been coming across this more and more, and it's a thing that's been changing. You know, as we we moved a few months ago.
We did.
So getting the lay of the land. One thing that I think we both have come into issue with is stopping lights.
Like pedestrian crossing lights.
Crossing lights.
But Josh isn't saying that I drive through red
No,
lights. I'm a very
I mean,
responsible driver.
we don't talk about that
If I'm
night.
going through a red light, I do it really fast. So if I collect the pedestrian, it's no pain. It's just a quick
pain.
death.
That's right. Yeah. We don't talk about that
Just
one
a
night.
done.
There was one night where, for legal reasons, I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Not
But still,
not yet, but once I get clearance, once I get in jail.
You're only a person of interest in that. You're only a person of interest.
Person
It
of
doesn't
interest.
matter.
No, I was going to say, once I get jailed and then everybody knows that I did do it, then we can talk about it
Well,
freely.
yeah.
'cause
Well,
what,
at that
what
point,
else could happen?
hopefully they'll let me walk in and do the podcast from the prison.
In the cell.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
through
yeah.
that glass
yeah,
thing.
through the glass thing. You'll pass the
And
microphone
every
under,
segment, rather than the drums, it's...
and you'll just see. Talking time's over, guys.
Okay, we've got
shit.
one more segment. We're going to do fudge up, fudge down.
But it's just been building up on below the surface of these pedestrian lights. I think it came to the head, and this is almost like a side story, but we're getting to the reason why I'm realizing it, Jono. Is the other night I was in Melbourne. You know Melbourne?
I live here.
You live here. Well, yeah, in the city.
I have a map of Melbourne on my wall.
And well, you do. And I was walking down the city, and I went to go get some sushi from like one of those restaurants that's on Swanston
Yeah,
Street, right?
yeah.
It's like one of the main roads. It goes to like the Flinders Street station. It's really
Yeah.
obvious. Lots of people.
Big. The hustle
on the
and
weekend,
bustle.
Lots of people walking back and forth.
Heaps of people.
And it's one of those. It's not necessarily a particularly rare sushi shop. It was like one that like you see is everywhere, right?
Well, I'm going to...
One of the top three. You know,
Note a pause in between. Was it sushi? Pause. Sushi? Was it sushi?
yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Like it's like if it wasn't the one, it's probably the next second or third one. You'll guess.
Yeah.
And it's this big store, and everyone goes. You see lots of people stand in front of it.
Yep.
And I'm
And
standing.
that specific one pops off.
The pops off, and
Yeah.
I think anyone who knows Melbourne will know what one I'm talking about. But it's one of those places where you have to stand outside the shop. Lots of people
Yeah.
line up. So there's
Yeah.
and there's like it's next to a few other shops that people will stand in front. Which means if you're walking down and you're trying to cross pedestrian lights, it's just annoying to get to if you're trying to get to like Melbourne. If you're walking down Swanston Street, right?
Yep.
And I'm standing in front of in the line. And it just popped into my mind the other day. But like I'm sitting here and I watch this older man. He's probably around 40. He walks up, sidles up next to me.
Yep.
He looks at the shop. He looks at everything, and he looks at me. And I for a moment there, I'm like, oh no, what's he gonna say? Like, is he about to say something to me?
Yeah.
Like, what is he gonna say? Like, I'm sorry, I need to move. Can you move for a second or
Yeah,
something?
yeah. You're expecting something like that to
Accidentally
happen.
something.
Yeah.
No, he looks at me, and goes, "Have you been here before?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Everyone has. He goes, "Would you recommend it?" I'm like, who asks that
You
question?
have so much power, though. You could say no.
Yo,
Would you recommend it? You've been here before. You're here now. Ordering. No, I wouldn't recommend it. I just come here regularly.
Can we talk about the fact that he profiled me as he's walking up to me because he's like, this person looks like he's probably been here before.
Yeah.
And at that point, he decided, okay, let me ask
It's
him.
always good to ask a regular customer if they recommend something.
It's always good to assume that everyone's a regular customer.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got thrown off. Point of all that was that like
Yep.
when you're walking down the street,
Yep.
you never know what's going to
That's
happen.
very Carl Baroness. So I was walking down the street.
Walking down the street, Daddy Carl.
Yeah.
Anyway, all of this has actually
He's
nothing
doing
to do
the
with
palais,
it.
by the way.
He's doing the ballet.
It blew my mind. Daddy Carl's doing
I'm
the
going to be
palais.
completely honest.
Yeah.
That was just an excuse to say that story, but I'm going to move on from what I was saying, which
Yeah,
is
nice.
pedestrian lights. Am I right? Fucking hate them, mate.
Mate, pedestrian lights, I swear to God. So we first started noticing that there may have been a problem with me and pedestrian lights, one of the first couple
few
weeks we
weeks,
were
you
here?
know, there's one right near us to get to the gym that we both go to.
Yep.
And it's one of those ones, and I've realized it's with a lot of them around here.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just I'm red pilled to all of this now. I'm realizing it's with everyone.
I started noticing it as well. If it's the same thing, I believe it's the same
you
thing.
press it down and
Yeah,
it won't turn on.
It doesn't turn on. Exactly. So this happened. I think it was might have been the second day you'd actually moved in because I moved here a little bit before you did.
Yeah.
We went out for dinner and we're standing at a crossing and I pressed the light and it didn't do anything because
No,
I
it did
hadn't
not.
pressed the button properly. About a week later, I was going across the road to get to the other side of the road.
Yeah.
I mean, what else would I have been doing to get to the other side of the road? And yeah, it was going for ages and ages and ages. And then everyone was just looking at me and I had to stand there like, no, I pressed it. I couldn't look at it. I couldn't back down.
Yep.
And then some other guy just gave up, came and pressed it and it went green instantly. So yeah, it's one of those ones now. I just sort of have to like spam it to make sure it's
Here's
gone.
the thing I've realized about them. I was literally just out just before this. I went out to go get some stuff from the bottler. Doesn't really look good on me, but you know, for whatever reason.
That's so funny.
Anyway, I down the corner, so not the one we usually go to. I was pressing it. I pressed it like 3 times. Nothing happened.
I've done that
but
one.
2 seconds.
Yep.
And then the light turned on. It's fucking with your mind. It's
There's
screws
like
with your mind.
it's something like a delay or something. I
It's a
swear
delay.
to God, like,
I swear it's like it's trying to build you up to like knock you down. Like,
yeah.
oh my god, it turned on. Because also, usually like my thing is like I'll press it and then focus on whatever else I was focusing on.
Yeah,
Because
I just listen to the sick beat of going.
like I'm not gonna press it and just focus on the light. I'm just assuming that it turns on. Now I can't just assume that it turns on anymore.
No, can I do an impression of the light going a quick impromptu impression contest? All right,
Go ahead.
It's the light. My name's Jonathan. I'm 22.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm single. That's
Great,
very
great.
important.
It's
Very important to
Yeah,
stress.
it's very important.
I am single.
Yep.
I work. I can cook. I'm funny. Anyway,
Go ahead,
And this
go ahead.
is my impression of the pedestrian light in Melbourne
Okay.
going green.
Going great. Yeah, that's a good one. I like
yeah,
that. I
thank you,
like
thank
that.
you, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Did you want this job producing something from from what's her face?
Are you going for the Billie Eilish?
Billie Eilish. Did you want to produce Billie Eilish's next song? Because I
Yeah.
heard she's into
Mate,
that.
Phineas, move aside. So,
Yeah, exactly.
What's your PSA here, Joshua? So if you're coming into into inner city Melbourne,
Just watch the light. Sometimes you
Watch
get
the
screwed
light.
off. Inner Melbourne, it's less okay. But it's that like
yeah, because
that
in the
little ring.
CBD after
got those fancy
COVID, they've got
lights
the
now.
automatic one. Yeah,
The
on the
fancy
floor.
lights on the floor. That's
is-
the one.
Isn't that? That's how I realised that society was doomed when they've installed. For people who don't know, don't in Melbourne. For people who don't in Melbourne,
Who don't in Melbourne.
there's
I go to Melbourne
like the
sometimes.
rumble strips on a
Yeah,
F1
the little
track.
the little
So
rubber
blind
bits.
people know
Yep,
that they're
yep.
at the end.
Those are now
They've got
light up,
LEDs in them,
but they bounce
Yeah.
to the pedestrian
Yeah.
light.
So when
they're
you're
green,
staring at your phone,
Yeah.
you see the light go green when you're looking at your phone.
I will say, as someone who sometimes doesn't pay attention to the light ahead of me,
Yep.
it's good to have the little green thing there.
Well, it's a good news story of the day.
Exactly.
The other weekend, Joshua, we mentioned this on last week's podcast with Rolsey, by the way.
We did?
By
Yeah,
the way,
that's coming out in a
thank you
second.
for the no. It's definitely already out. Thank you so much
What?
for
We're
all
not-
all the praise on the Rolsey episode. He killed it. I know.
He was a great guest.
I mean,
First
all
guest,
the people
great
are
guest.
saying, you guys did so well. I think Rolsey, he's the one.
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying
he carried.
You know
it.
what, Josh? Yeah, he could go here and there. I think he could be a guest.
Yeah.
And swap me with Rolsey.
Yeah, so it's going to be me. It's actually just going to be Rolsey. You know
Yeah,
how there's like on Triple M, there's that
yeah,
guy,
yeah.
Marty Sheargold.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one of those guys like in the middle that goes, "Welcome back to Triple M."
Yeah, that's
and
exactly
I'm,
who it is.
Jameson
It's
Jane.
just one guy doing a radio show by himself, but
Okay.
there's like a posse of like 8 producers who are just
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the back
yeah.
off mic, just going, yeah, cool.
Yeah, exactly,
One of them.
exactly.
Anyway, I have no idea how I got into this, but I was saying we discussed in last week's episode that we went to a comedy show. We went to Luke
I've
Kidgel.
been to a number. We together went to.
Together we went to Luke Kidgel.
Kidgel.
He was absolutely phenomenal and also
We
an
did.
absolute dead set legend of a bloke.
100%.
We chatted to him after the show and we also ran into him at the pub. I ran
Absolute
into him at the
legend.
urinal and he was having a chat when we were at the urinal. It was just
Absolute.
It was nice. It was nice. What more could you want from your
Exactly.
idols? But he had this bit on stage where he had his little notebook.
Not to spoil
on,
his touring show.
No, he does this in every show. It's just different content. So
Right,
he's
yeah.
got a little notebook. It's almost like his like signature thing that he has on a stool. And it
Sure.
gets to a point in the show and he reads from his notebook and it's all these jokes that he writes down, but they're really bad jokes that
Yeah,
he
yeah.
can't actually turn into a show. And that's essentially what I've done here. I write down in my phone every time something funny happens, it's a story or whatever that I want to bring to the podcast. But sometimes there's just not enough flesh in there
Exactly.
for it to be a full
So this
story.
is sort of just a speed round of a bunch of things.
That's right. So we normally do 8 to 10 minutes per segment, but I'm doing 3 stories in that
Oh,
short
very
time
nice.
frame.
Okay.
So would you like a little overview of what the
Yeah, do you
story
want to give us
going
some
to
a speed run of these?
And you can choose which one you want
Okay,
in which
okay.
order.
I'm
So
excited.
we have Dog and Cat. That's the first one that I've written
Starting
down.
off with that's
Yeah.
my favorite Nickelodeon show.
Dog and Cat. Then we've got Printer Man.
Printer Man. Okay.
Printer Man. The full name of that is Printer Man Throws Nerds for a Loop.
Okay. Okay.
And then we have Cops at Woolies.
I want Cops at Woolies.
You want Cops at Woolies first?
Start with Cops at
Okay.
Woolies.
So this happened yesterday, actually.
Really?
Especially I went down the pool.
Yeah.
Right. I just realized I don't have to fill as much if we're
No.
just doing Sean. But I went to the pool
Correct.
down the main sort of CBD area of our area.
Yeah.
Hustle and bustle.
Hustle and bustle. I got a Snapchat from you midway through the Woolies run.
Mid
Woolies run.
Yeah, so it was after thing. I was come back. You know what? Time for a Woolies one. Went there. Got a mini loaf of bread,
Lovely.
which is literally half a loaf of bread for more than the price of a loaf of bread.
Which
Fantastic
makes no
investment.
sense, but let's not talk about it.
more convenient because our bread was going moldy and
Yeah, we don't need to
one's
talk
moldy
about
bread.
that. It's happened
Anyway.
number of times.
I was in the car park afterwards.
Okay, okay.
Unlocking my bike, stealing my own bike. It always feels like.
Yep.
And I heard people running, and it was cops, and they
Was
were
this
run-
from the same Woolies?
This is the same Woolies that got Molotov.
from the famous
And,
the famous song 3056.
I saw some cops,
Okay.
and that's where the story ends. So the cops were running. I don't know what
They were running.
They were running. I heard shouting, and then I heard like, and then I looked, and there were two cops running next to each other. Maybe they were just having a race.
Maybe it was one of those, like, you know, like in one of those cartoons where they have that shot of them running into the frame towards you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it just says the adventures of Cop Man and Cop Woman.
Yeah, maybe they were just recording an intro. Anyway,
Yeah,
that
maybe.
happened. So
Let's tick that one off the list.
take that
Good
one
on.
off the list. You know,
Give us Printer Man. Give us Printer
Print
Man.
Man. Okay, so I work as a data analyst, a GIS data analyst,
Right.
as we established last week.
Yep. Big
For-
up the data. Not a big fan
Pick
myself.
up the data. I'd call
Refer to the
it's
rule of
technically called
podcast.
a geodemographic modeling firm. So I call it a data analytics firm. That's
So
the way.
much fun
So
by that
just
man.
full of bland people who are nerds,
Yeah.
but secretly deep down actually love it. Right? They love the numbers. They love Excel, and I'm not afraid to admit that.
Ugh.
I love Excel. Who needs Netflix when you have conditional gradients and conditional formatting and it's just a beautiful
this and
thing.
many other jokes will be coming to your Excel-based comedy show coming on the Melbourne Comedy Festival.
Hell yeah. I've actually watched 2 comedy specials about Excel by
Oh
different
my god!
comedians.
Coming from the man that laughed when he found out the cost of our water for the month
That's
would
actually
be
really
lower.
funny. I got our water bill. I came in, Josh was working, and I opened it up and I saw our water
I
bill.
didn't know
and
what
it
was happening at the time.
It was so low. It was ridiculously low.
Not to stunt on anyone.
No,
but you were,
I was
and
like
then he just
cackling
started
in laughter.
loud mouth laughing. I'm in here and I just hear, and I'm like, what the hell's happened? Is he watching some nice show? Did he just watch some woman fall over or some person fall over?
Oh, mate, it didn't
And
make
then I
any-
walk out and he's holding a piece of paper.
It's ridiculously short.
Anyway, sorry, you were saying,
ridiculously
yeah,
small. That's all good. But yeah, so it's a data analytics company full of nerds. And
Yes.
what do nerds not like? Social interaction.
That's true.
Right? Absolutely.
That's true.
They hate it.
They do.
So imagine that you're in a nerd company and there's a conference going on, right? All
Yes.
the most extroverted nerds out of everyone have been taken to the conference because like,
Right, yep.
this is the most extroverted we have. Utilize them here, right?
Exactly.
So now we're left, me included, with the most nerds there
Wait,
are.
so you were not considered one of them?
I was not considered one of them. Maybe they had a few more years, but they're like,
Did you ever at any point go, do any of you do a podcast? I didn't think so.
I think they're like, look, this guy talks a lot, but he's going to sink our ship if we have him come to the
If someone
conference.
comes up to me, all we're going to have to say is, so Excel, am I right?
Yeah. But yeah, so they're all gone. We're just left with the most introverted nerds in the company. And then a guy appears.
Oh.
Not from our company, a stranger.
A stranger?
It actually felt bizarre seeing a stranger in our little office, and he just stands there and he goes, "Hey guys." No one says anything. We don't have a front desk or anything. It's just a
He
working
just like walked
office.
in, looked at everyone who's in the middle of working and goes, hey guys.
Because he's obviously looking for like a reception or
Yeah.
something. We don't got that. It's just like, hey guys, no one says anything. And then one of the guys just stands up, right? Goes
Yeah.
over to him and he's like, oh, hey mate, I'm here to fix the printer. And he just goes, okay. And the guy's like, so where is it? And he goes, I don't know. But the thing
How do
is,
you not know what the printer is?
this is the thing. He knew where it was. We're sitting in a small, like, 2-bedroom
There's not-
apartment
yeah,
at the
it's-
moment.
yeah.
Our office is a little bit bigger than this. It's small, but it's all one room. The
Yeah.
printer is, like, in the middle of the room.
Right,
So
yeah.
he's just gone, shit, I don't know. I don't know where the printer is. That threw him out. And then he comes and he's like, oh, like, what's wrong with it? No one knew. No one even knew
No one knew.
who this guy was. There's like 3 different people ringing everyone who's at the conference, trying to figure out like what's going on or whatever. And in the end, he's just like, you know what? How about I just give it a little clean and then I'll be on my way. So it was just very.
It reminds me of we just had someone coming in earlier to
we did.
to
That bloke was a strange man.
to test our electricity
To make sure we weren't going to
and-
short
And
circuit.
he came. It was quite an early time.
Yeah,
it was like 7 something in the morning.
mid-morning, like 7 a.m.
7 something in the morning, and he walked in and as you described it, just was incapable of speech for a bit.
He warmed up.
Yeah, but it took us having to repeat his own jokes at him.
Yeah, exactly. Because it took him a while to get going, and it was just that awkward stuff of, you say something, he doesn't really say anything back. He makes a joke, we don't say anything back. But he saw our "Who gives a crap" toilet paper, and he loved that.
Then it was on.
He absolutely loved it.
And what's his final one, Matt?
The final one. This is the best, and I'm glad you saved the best till last. Dog and cat.
Dog and cat.
So this takes us back about 2 or 3 weeks ago. All right, we live in an area where anything could happen at any time. And I was late at night, just after daylight savings had happened. By late at night, I mean like 8 o'clock.
That's late
Absolutely
for you.
Threw me for a loop. I was walking down to the local shops, and there's this dog right up ahead of me.
There's a dog.
He's not on a leash. He's not with anyone. He's just a rogue dog. Looks careful and everything, but he's just a rogue dog. And he was just eating something on the nature strip. He was in his own world. And I've done this thing where I don't think he looks dangerous. He looks like a pet or something.
Yeah.
It's all good. I'm going to walk past him. So I walked past him, and then I scared the bejeebers out of him.
Oh, no.
So he's done this thing. You know where dogs, they like turn into a horseshoe shape? They bring their head up around near their tail. Yeah. And he's just started barking and howling and like scooted off in the other direction, right?
Zoomed.
And then he's realized, you know what? I'm a dog. I got this. So he's growling, and he's kind of come up behind me, but he's still scared.
Yeah.
So he's not doing anything. He's just standing behind me growling. So I skedoodle on out of there. I don't want to run because I know if I run, he's going to run as well.
Match your energy.
So I just kept going. Anyway, on the way back, I've done the block. I've come on the other side of the road because I'm like, I don't want this guy, this dog. If he sees me, he probably is going to attack me this time.
Probably.
But so, I'm looking, I can't see him or whatever. Then out of nowhere, I just see this shape running across the road directly at me, right?
Oh, yep.
And my heart is just sunk. And I've literally just clenched my fist. I'm like, I'm going to have to fight a dog. I had no idea this was going to happen. He comes at me, he like touches my leg, and that's when I realized it's just a cat.
Oh,
and that, my friends, is why the story was called Dog and
Cat.
Perfect. And that, friends, brings us to the end of episode 20 of the Comedians. Hell yeah.
Here we are.
Well done, Joshua.
We got there.
I'm proud of us.
20 hours. We put in the hours.
We did.
We did a bunch of work. I feel like we've done a good job.
It's a hell of a lot of hours. It's a lot of hours. I was going to say it's a lot of hours preparing. Not many hours preparing.
No, I thought about it for like a minute.
A hell of a lot, probably well over 100 hours of editing, especially in the early days, back when we didn't do it live.
The Zencaster days.
The Zencaster, mate, probably 20 hours of trying to get Zencaster to work.
Probably.
Legitimately, probably.
Oh my God.
And 20 hours of Z-grade comedic content.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of us. Well done, Joshua.
Well done, Jono.
Thank you very much.
I'll say also thanks to everyone who's been listening to us and sending great well wishes throughout this whole process.
It's been nice.
It's been nice to hear people say nice things.
It's I know it may sound strange to be this, emotional on the 20th episode, but it was what we're saying at the start. We decided we'll do 20 episodes. Because 20 episodes, that's my rule with everything. I'll do 20 hours of it, and then I'll decide if I want to give up or not. I'll learn guitar for 20 hours. I'll try to skate for 20 hours. Because if you give up before then, what's the point? You haven't actually learnt the basics yet. So we decided, we'll do 20 hours, and now we've decided we don't like it, so we're giving up. And that's why
okay,
we're
that's why
you try those things.
You only know you love it when you let it go, like the song.
Yeah, exactly. So we're trying to rekindle our love for podcasting by binning it. But no, on a serious note, we're gonna keep rocking at it because we've had the inverse. We've done 20 hours and we've gone, you know what? Let's not give up.
We both really want to keep doing this.
We absolutely love it. Like all
nice break.
Tuesday and Wednesday, it's all I'm thinking about.
All I'm thinking about is what I'm going to say for
what I'm going to say for the potty. And no, it's fantastic, and it's a great little thing to do in the evening. So we really appreciate it. We'd also appreciate it if you check us out on our socials.
Yeah. So where can they find us, mate?
At the Comedians on Instagram, Twitter, I believe.
Yep.
I think we also have a
Facebook
Gmail
page.
account. Review us on Apple Pods, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.